Okay, Kev, here we are at Urmston Men's. You've been learning guitar with me for over a year.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we've been doing quite a lot of rock and roll, all sorts of styles of music. So what first brought you to music? What was your early influence?
My first memory as a child at school, I used to listen to everything on Radio Luxembourg. And then one day I just heard Heartbreak Hotel by Elvis, and something just flipped in my head and thought, that's more than music, it's something else. My brother was in the Navy at the time. He bought me an LP for Christmas. It was Elvis's Golden Records Volume 1. We just got a record player by that date. It was the first record I had. I only had one record for a year, so I listened to it every day for a year and absolutely loved it. And because that turned me on to all the other stars at the time, Little Richard, Eddie Cochran, Buddy Holly, Gene Vincent, Marty Wilde in this country, and Cliff Richard. And I loved it all. Then the Beatles came along, changed again, the Rolling Stones, The Who, Small Faces, fabulous. Because the Americans had their sort of music at the time, the Motown and soul, and that was equally brilliant. So growing up, I listened to fantastic music. Then I went to art college, and the guys at art college were a bit cooler, so they brought LPs in to play at lunchtime, things like Lead Belly, Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee, Howlin' Wolf. So that took me into the blues as well, and rhythm and blues. And I used to listen to that. Then of course I graduated, became a teacher, teaching art, which is linked to music, and continued listening to music, never thinking I could even hold a tune. But one day the kids, being a bit naughty at Wellacre, year 9s, doing what year 9s do best, not listening to the teacher, slapping each other, throwing books across the room, the usual. So I just went, but it's a 1 for the morning, a 2 for the show, a 3 to get ready now, go cat go, and they all shut up. So I sang the song right through, they all listened, and then they all clapped. He says, right, if you shut up, you get a song at the end of the lesson. It's like, become part of the lesson, like you behave, you get a song. If you're really good, you can request one, and so on. So it became part of my teaching, really. And I was in JP's nightclub, and the manageress walked up and said, right, you teach my son, and you sing Elvis in lesson. So I want you to come and do a charity night here, do a few Elvis songs for cancer research. I said, I couldn't do that, getting up in front of people, I can't sing really. She said, well, my son says you're really good. I said, this is for charity, do it. I said, yeah, okay, I'll do it for charity. Well, she said, try the karaoke first if you're a bit nervous. So I went to the karaoke early, when it was quiet. There was 5 people in, and I was still terrified. But I did it, and it was 5 women, there were young women as well, and they loved it, and they clapped. The week after, a bit later, built my confidence up, and when it was full, and the guy in the audience came up and said, that's good, we do a jam night, why don't you come and sing with the band? So I started doing that and really enjoying that. And then somebody said, I want you to do a gig for me in Flixton Football Club, you bring your band and do a gig. So I started doing gigs like that. Another guy saw me and said, I want you to do gigs with me, and so on. A fella at school had a band called Tour Guide, oh, come and get up with us. So it went on from there, and then I started going to open mics and singing at open mics. Then I thought, I'll get the guitar, because that completes the look. And I noticed on early Elvis, he doesn't play much guitar, just strums a bit and then dances. So I thought, sure, I can learn that. So I got the guitar, I took my LP and said, I want a guitar like that. They said, well, that's a Gibson, it's $3,000 nowadays, but we've got an Epiphone, which is 300 quid, so it looks like a Gibson. Looks like an Elvis guitar, so I bought this, just to strum a bit and do the actions. But once I started strumming, I thought, that's interesting, isn't it?